Hello, welcome to Spanish Lessons with Dr. Alan Davison. The videos in this series are designed to be used with the Blurzo el Burro graded Spanish reader. The reader is available at Amazon.com or through my website at blurzo.com. Have fun. Today we're going to look at stem changing verbs, regular stem changing verbs in the present tense. Okay, there are three groups. The first group are stem changing verbs that go from E to IE. Let's take a verb like sentir, which is to feel. Okay. Okay, what happens with stem changing verbs? Uh, they have the similar endings to what we've already seen. That is, this is an IR verb, so the endings are going to be the same as for a regular IR verb, which would be o, es, e, imos, is, en. Okay, for a regular IR verb in the present tense. But what happens when you take the root here, SENT, whenever this E is stressed, for these stem changing verbs from E to IE, that E will change into IE. So you'll have siento, sientes, siente. But in this one, it will not change, sentimos, nor this one, sentís, sienten. Now, why is that? It's because, again, when you have a word that ends in a vowel N or S, the stress is on the second to last syllable. So in this first one, ending in O, the stress is here, siento. So when that syllable is stressed, it changes to IE, siento, sientes, vowel N or S, second to last, siente. But in this case, sentimos, the stress is here, vowel N or S, second to last. It's not on the E, so we make no change. And also in the vosotros form, sentís, we have the accented I, so there's the stress is there, so the stress is not on the E, so no change. Third person plural, sienten, vowel N or S, second to last syllable. So we have it changing in 4 of the 6 forms. And this pattern, sometimes called a boot pattern, because it sort of resembles a boot of some sort, I guess, right? Sometimes called a boot pattern, will be consistent for all of these different stem changing verbs. Okay? Okay, let's try a different one. Or let's try another one of these E to IE. Let's try the verb, how about the verb querer? Okay? Also stem changing E to IE. So that E is going to change wherever it's stressed. Querer. Very important verb, to want. So we end up with quiero, quieres, quiere. No change here. Queremos, queréis, quieren. You see this is an ER verb, so we have the ER endings. O, es, e, hemos, eis, en. Okay, but we still have the stem change in 4 of the 6 forms because ending a vowel N or S, we're going to have, excuse me, not that U there, but the IE, we're going to have the E change to IE, quiero, quieres, quiere. No change here because the stress is there, queremos, queréis. But we have that first E stressed here again, quieren. Okay. Let's try another type. That would be verbs that go from simply E to I. Okay. For example, the verb pedir. This is to ask for. Okay, so now whenever this E is stressed, it simply goes to I. So this verb would be regular IR endings, o, es, e, imos, is, en, and then this root with the stem change in it, pido, pides, pide, no change here, pedimos, pedís, and a change here, piden. Again, stem is changing whenever it's stressed. Pido, pides, pide, piden. Okay? And finally, the final group, we have verbs that go from O to UE. For example, one of the most common verbs is volver, to return. This is a stem changing regular verb, regular stem changing verb, O to UE. ER verb, take the ER endings, O, S, E, emos, ace, and whenever this O is stressed, it'll change, so we end up with UE, vuelvo. Oops. Vuelves. Vuelve. No change here. Volvemos. Volvéis. Ah, vuelven. Okay? When that's stressed in those four forms. Okay? So those are the three types. I have four up here, but actually, of course, these are both examples of the same thing here. E to IE. Then we have E to I. And we have O to UE. There's one other verb, jugar, which goes from U to UE, but it's alone in its category. Let's try a few more of these here, just for the fun of it, since we got a few minutes. Let's make these smaller. Okay. How about, let's try the verb pensar. Now, how do you know if a verb is a stem-changing verb or not? You just simply have to memorize that when you learn it for the first time. Pensar is stem-changing E to IE, but it's an AR verb. So we have the AR endings. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. And whenever that E changes to I, is stressed, changes to IE. So, pienso, piensas, piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan. Okay? Pienso, I think. Piensas, you think. Piensa, he thinks, she thinks. Pensamos, we think. Pensáis, y'all think. Piensan, they think. You plural, ustedes think. Try another one. How about dormir? That's a good one. To sleep. O-T-U-E. What do you think we're going to get? IR endings. It's going to be duermo. Duermes. These are R's there. Sometimes they look like V's. Duerme. Dormimos. Dormís. Duermen. So, there you have it. Stem changing regular verbs in the present tense.